In Watch Dogs 2, Marcus Holloway's journey isn't just about hacking, it's about fighting for identity in a world that constantly tries to define you through data. Set in the vibrant, tech-saturated city of San Francisco, Marcus joins DedSec after being wrongly profiled by CTOS 2.0, a surveillance system that claims to make life safer but really exists to control people through information. From that moment, Marcus's story becomes about more than rebellion. It's about reclaiming freedom in a city where every move, purchase, and click is being watched. Marcus isn't a violent revolutionary. He's charismatic, funny, and deeply human. His motivations come from the injustice of being falsely accused, but his actions come from empathy. He sees how corporations like Bloom use personal data to manipulate public opinion, silence dissent, and sell people back their own privacy. What makes Marcus such a powerful character is how he balances optimism with awareness. He believes technology can empower people, but he knows it can destroy them just as easily. The DedSec crew he joins reflects that same conflict. Each member represents a different angle of rebellion. Sitara's creativity turns protest into culture, making hacktivism an art form. Wrench channels his rage into humor and chaos, hiding his pain behind a mask. Josh, the quiet genius, reminds everyone that even in a digital war, there's humanity behind the code. And then there's Horatio, Marcus's closest friend in the group, whose death becomes one of the game's most emotional moments. It's a reminder that their actions have real-world consequences. When Horatio is killed by a rival gang, Marcus's mission becomes personal. The fight against Bloom stops being just about ideals, it becomes about justice. Throughout the story, Marcus grows from an individual hacker to a symbol of something larger. He learns that changing the system isn't just about breaking into servers. It's about exposing the truth to people and inspiring them to care. Each operation, from leaking corporate data to hijacking satellites, isn't done for chaos, it's done to wake people up. That's what separates DedSec from villains like Bloom or the rival hacker group, Primate. Marcus doesn't want control, he wants transparency. He wants people to see how easily they are being watched, categorized, and exploited. San Francisco itself becomes a reflection of that struggle. It's colorful and full of life, but underneath all the energy lies a controlled system, police drones, hidden surveillance hubs, and data-driven oppression disguised as innovation. Every hack Marcus performs, every system he exposes, feels like an act of rebellion against the illusion of progress. The city feels alive because it reacts to what he does, it celebrates, resists, and evolves. What makes Watch Dogs 2 stand out is that Marcus and DedSec aren't perfect heroes.
What makes Watch Dogs 2 fascinating isn't just its hacking or its open world, it's how it captures the moment when rebellion goes digital. The game doesn't start with Marcus Holloway leading a revolution, it starts with him trying to erase his name from a corrupted system. He's not fighting the law, he's fighting an algorithm. That alone says a lot about the kind of world this game builds. It's one where technology has stopped being a tool and has become a weapon of control, and Marcus is just trying to take that power back. When Marcus joins DedSec, it's not just to fight Bloom, it's to challenge the idea that corporations own truth. That's what makes the game so fresh. You're not overthrowing governments or destroying armies, you're exposing lies. The missions aren't about explosions or firefights, they're about finding cracks in a system that looks perfect from the outside. Every data leak, every hack, every viral post DedSec creates is an act of rebellion that doesn't use violence, it uses information. San Francisco becomes the perfect stage for that kind of war. It's colorful, diverse, alive, but beneath the sunlight and the startups, there's paranoia. Smart homes, self-driving cars, even people's social media feeds, all connected, all vulnerable. It's a city that pretends to be free, while quietly tracking everyone in it. And Marcus, with his phone and his code, becomes the one person who can turn that system against itself. What's really interesting is how Watch Dogs 2 humanizes hacking. It's not about isolation or destruction, it's about connection. DedSec isn't a group of faceless coders, they're people with personalities, with humor, with flaws. Sitara turns rebellion into art. Wrench hides his trauma behind a mask and sarcasm. Josh represents the quiet genius who sees the world in numbers. And Marcus, he's the heart of it. He's the one who keeps them together when their ideals start to crumble. And that's something the game does so well. It shows that rebellion is messy. Dead SEC doesn't always win. Their operations go wrong, people get hurt, and sometimes their actions backfire. When Horatio dies, it hits Marcus harder than anything else in the story. It's a reminder that their cause isn't abstract, it costs lives. That moment changes Marcus. He becomes more cautious, more mature. He realizes that fighting a system doesn't just mean beating the bad guys, it means protecting the people who believe in you. Even the villains in Watch Dogs 2 are more nuanced than they seem. Bloom isn't a comic book evil corporation, it's a reflection of real-world tech monopolies that collect and manipulate data. Dusan Nemec, the smug face of Bloom, believes he's saving society by controlling it. And that's what makes him dangerous. He doesn't see himself as evil, he thinks he's the hero. There's a moment in Watch Dogs 2 that perfectly sums up the heart of the game. It's when Marcus Holloway looks out over San Francisco and says, "We're not just fighting a system, we're fighting the people who believe in it." That's what Watch Dogs 2 is really about. It's not just a story of hacking, it's about how belief, identity, and power are shaped by the technology around us. From the start, Marcus isn't painted as a rebel looking for chaos. He's a smart, passionate coder who's been burned by a broken system. CTOS 2.0 falsely profiles him as a potential criminal, not because of anything he's done, but because of who he is. That one moment of injustice sets off a chain reaction that defines the rest of his journey. His decision to join Dead SEC isn't about revenge, it's about proving that people deserve to be seen for who they truly are, not what data says they are. San Francisco, the city itself, becomes a living character in that fight. It's this beautiful contradiction, free-spirited and creative on the surface, but underneath, it's completely controlled by the very tech culture it celebrates. Bloom Corporation hides behind buzzwords like innovation and connectivity, when in reality, they're running a digital empire that sells people's lives for profit. Every street corner, every smart device, every piece of data has been turned into a way to manipulate the public. And Dead SEC? They're not trying to destroy it, they're trying to wake people up to it. What makes Marcus so compelling is how he leads with empathy. He doesn't want to burn the world down, he wants to make it fair. He's not fighting to erase technology, he's fighting to take it back. Through Dead SEC's missions, you see how hacking becomes a form of activism. One moment, Marcus is exposing corrupt politicians. The next, he's leaking corporate secrets or freeing people who've been unfairly targeted. He turns the tools of control into tools of resistance. And that's where Watch Dogs 2 shines. It humanizes rebellion. Dead SEC isn't some faceless hacker group, it's a family of misfits. Sitara gives their cause a voice through art and social media. Wrench brings chaos and humor, but also vulnerability under that mask. Josh provides the quiet, analytical strength, and Horatio, he's the emotional core. His death is one of the most defining moments in the story because it strips away any illusion that this fight is without cost. For Marcus, it's no longer about ideals or exposure, it becomes personal. That loss fuels him, but it also makes him more grounded, more aware of what they're really risking. Then there's Dusan Nemec, the face of Bloom. What makes him terrifying isn't his power, it's his belief that he's saving society. He sees control as order, surveillance as safety. He's the kind of villain who doesn't think he's evil, which makes him the perfect mirror to Marcus. While Marcus fights for freedom, Dusan fights for structure.